Hi, in this lecture I will show you how to enable server outputs by default. One of the first things that we need to know about plsql is plsql is not created for outputs. We cannot create user interfaces easily, even we cannot take outputs by default in plsql. plsql is created to make some business. We have mentioned that before. However, sometimes we need to get some outputs to see if we did our job correctly or not. We use dbms output.putLine procedure to achieve this. But even we run that, we cannot see the output directly. To see that, we need to run setServerOutput command in each session. I show that in lots of videos to make that permanent in your mind. You may need that, so you need to know. But this is not good for our lesson, because we will need to get outputs most of the times. That means we need to run that for almost every time we open up the SQL Developer. This is boring and takes some time. Now, I will show you something very helpful about that. As I said, every time you open up SQL Developer, you need to run setServerOutput command at least once to be able to see the output. But unfortunately, SQL Developer has not an option to open up setServerOutput by default. However, we can do that with the way that I will show you now. Now let's open up a new worksheet and type setServerOutput command. setServerOutput on. Now let's save this script into some place. I will save this into here, but you can save it into an easier or safer place. This file must stay safe. If it is deleted, you will need to do the same things again, or you need to write setServerOutput commands in each run. Now, I will name it with startup.sql, but you can name it with different name. Now let's save it. Now let's open up the tools, preferences, and database. As we can see in this window, we can choose a file for the connection startup script. The file that we will select in here will run for each session. That will solve our problem, because in each time we start SQL Developer, it will automatically run setServerOutput command that we wrote into our startup.sql script for us. So we can see the outputs without writing setServerOutput commands again and again. Perfect. Now we click on Browse button in here and choose the startup.sql. Then open and OK. Let's restart SQL Developer now. If startup.sql is open, you will close it. No need to keep that open. Now, let's open up a new worksheet and try to run a dbms output command to see if we can get the output without running the setServerOutput command. Begin and dbms.putLine. Let's say hello. Let's run this. Great. Now we don't need to run setServerOutput command ever. I hope this will ease your work. As we can see, we have the output without running setServerOutput command. So this is the end of this lecture. See you in the next lesson.